and it's going to be starting in the lower left hand corner. The Yellow Pros player able to take game number 2 and put Cascade into this match. DeathMask. This one here on Secret Spring. Another PvP. It was GrayWarden, our Green Pros player in the upper right hand corner. It was his map pick. And we'll see how this goes here in the following few minutes, I suppose. As we just saw a very interesting PvP. One base up to 20 minutes. Mistakes from both players. Someone in the chat said very well. Pylos in the chat said very well. What a crazy game. Both players doing mistakes. That's what makes a game different and interesting. It's so true. I mean, how often do you get to see one base up to 20 minutes PvP? It's yeah, you know, it is not the highest quality of game, but it's definitely fun to watch and something different. And if every game was the same, it would be a little bit boring, right? So that's my opinion on things, anyways. So yeah, Cybercore's coming down here for both players. Nothing too crazy to talk about just yet, as probes just being chrono boosted out, and both players on that double gas as well, and very similar gas guns as well. And DeathMask going to lose his probe over here. And that's going to be the first probe kill of the game. But actually, no, it's not. There's already been a probe killed over here. So, one probe killed each. Nothing really to talk about then, I guess. There's another pylon being added on in the back of this mineral line. Alright, so. Chrono just continue to come down here as we have slightly different options as to what these guys both want to go for straight away. It's going to be a Mothership Core followed by the Stalker for GrayWarden, whereas for DeathMask it's slightly different. It's a Stalker followed by the Mothership Core. So so yeah, just a slight different order of getting the units out, and it's not really going to make any major difference. I mean, I guess the slight difference will be GrayWarden's going to have ever so slightly more energy on his Mothership Core, and in some very tight scenarios maybe that does save him. But a very minimal difference. I guess my main question is, what does DeathMask gain by making that extra Stalker, by making the Stalker before the Mothership Core? Because right now it doesn't really seem like he's gained very much at all. Maybe he got another probe out for a second or two earlier, but apart from that, I don't think there's too much advantage. So I kind of like the Mothership Core coming out earlier for GrayWarden, as DeathMask forces that Mothership Core back. Just a little bit of early damage with this first Stalker. So I guess he does something with this, but again, nothing really too major, nothing too important, to be honest. Blink on the way right now for GrayWarden as well, so he's going to be showing his check choice for this game, and going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because we have got the Nexus on the way down from DeathMask, so looking to expand very quickly, looking to just continue in this game with an economy-focused mid-game. Whereas GrayWarden, I mean, he's getting Blink right now and he can definitely expand behind this. But it's very likely he's going to go up to 3 gates and try and be aggressive first. So the main problem for him right now, I suppose, is the fact he hasn't scouted, and now he comes up and he sees this expansion to the top of his opponent. So he's going to hide a probe as well, try and get a pylon up, and if he can get a pylon up, he can warp directly into this natural expansion. And that would be pretty detrimental to DeathMask's build here. You know, if before Gary's on the way up, I mean, he sees exactly what his opponent's going for. He even saw the Robo facility, right? Or did he not? He didn't see the Robo. But he's just saying, fast expansion, I'm going to skip my own Robo. I'm just going to, you know, purely go for Blink Stalkers. And if I can warp in into your main base, you're probably going to be in a little bit of trouble. Because, you know, then immediately DeathMask has to decide, you know, where do I pop the Photon Overcharge? In the main or in the natural? He's going to be relying on kind of a heavy immortal count to try and help defend this. You know, he doesn't really know what's coming towards him, but he is making those immortals in case something like this does come towards him. As he might even be able to blink these Stalkers up, or even just walk them straight into the main base without his opponent seeing. Then there's that pylon on the way up in the natural. And again, I think the problem is going to be he's going to pop Photon Overcharge in the main, and he's just going to slowly pick away at units in the natural with Warpins. So he's even going to blink back here and unpower a gateway and a Cybercore. I mean, the Cybercore is not too big a deal, but really good control so far by GrayWarden. Supply blocks DeathMask, as now I imagine soon we're going to see this warping of units in towards the natural. So let's see, we actually see a couple more Stalkers being built over here. As maybe he just wants to go with everything. Very well placed Time Warp, and that actually, Immortal actually in a bit of trouble here, blinking forwards into the Photon Overcharge. First Immortal goes down, the second one going to take some damage too, but these Stalkers will be forced back for now. As again, I think the real question is going to be, how powerful is this warping in the main base going to be in the natural? And already. These Zealots being warped in, and he's just making his way up here. And these Zealots are in position, and Time Warp maybe going to have to come down, and there it is. It's on the Immortal, as these Stalkers already picking off quite a few workers. How many workers are killed? 11, 12. That evens up the worker count right now as the Mothership Core goes down just before another Throne overcharge. So we're talking about mere seconds at the start of this game, and that might very well have made the difference, as it looks as though... Whose Zealots are those? Those are DeathMask Zealots. So it looks as though DeathMask might have enough to turn this around and keep this away. But with Warpings coming in so close here, I'm not too sure. Another Blink and another Immortal coming in. But, I mean, so he's got way more Stalkers. He's going to keep picking off these Zealots as well. This Immortal is fighting a Zealots, which isn't the way isn't what you want your Immortal to be doing at all. And that's the real problem right now, as these Stalkers continue to blink around, picking off a Stalker or two wherever they can. And as the Immortal going to get attacked by Zealots once again and again, that's not what you want your Immortal being, you know, occupied with. So crazy control right now by GrayWarden to try and make this work, because he knows he has to try. As these Zealots continue to chase that Immortal, it's the Zealots that have been warped in that are the big issue, as more workers going down. Up to 20 workers killed this game as another Immortal comes in, but these Zealots are still unanswered for. And these Zealots, I think in the end, are just going to win this game perhaps, as he's now down DeathMask, that is, to 12 workers, and he's finally going to be able to clean this up. But with 30 workers killed and double the worker count for GrayWarden, I kind of get the feeling that he's in an alright spot here. But that being said, it's not game over, because there is this natural nexus up. So yeah, he's still got his natural nexus up, and I guess okay, so he's got the nexus up. It's still going to be tough to come back, because he isn't going to have the most mining. He needs to kind of pull out gas a bit, because he's got way too much gas coming in. He really needs to focus on minerals and just Chrono Burst out probes. Just Chrono Burst out probes and hope, I suppose more than anything, that GrayWarden doesn't attack again. But GrayWarden is going to attack again, and I guess then he just has to hope that he doesn't attack and make it work. But he's got force fields, right? Like, DeathMask has force fields, so surely he should be able to hold this off. He needs the force field right now, and there it is, going down. I mean, he's only 7 workers behind at this point. He's making a pylon. Does he have a forge? He does have a forge, so I guess he wants to try and make a cannon or two. I mean, the Immortal is going to be able to add a little bit here. Is he going to blink up? What's he going to try and go for? Oh, he force fields, and with the sentries and that high ground vision from the hallucination, he's going to be able to trap that Immortal in the front, and that is probably going to be game. And so DeathMask, he had the opportunity to come back here, and the real mistake was he was just sitting a little bit too close to the front. And if he just sat a bit further back and just force fielded from a distance, this could have maybe been a hold for him. And maybe it could have lasted a little bit longer with that Nexus behind, but that will be GG called, and DeathMask taps out of the game, and MiA